Hello, everyone. Hello. It is Aprille Frank Hunt, the CEO of Women Recharged, and your host of A Fabulous New You, happening on March 15th at the Waterford in Nicholfield in Oklahoma City. And we are super excited and stoked to have Tyler Lepley, who is one of the stars from the Tyler Perry's show, The Have and the Have-Nots, that airs on OWN, Oprah Winfrey's network. And we're excited to speak to him today just about what he's going to be dishing at the conference. And so, Tyler, we just want to say thank you and welcome.
Absolutely. Aprille, thank you guys so much for having me on here. I had a really great relationship with my mother. I'm an only child, so unfortunately I don't have sisters or anything like that. But, all the women in my life, my friends, the significant others I've had in the past, I've had great relationships with women. So, this is something that touches close to home. So I just want to say thank you guys for having me on these segments.
Yes. You are so welcome. Well, we're really looking forward to having you on the male panel. But before we get into that, can you tell us, is Benny going to die?
Well, you know what? I don't know if Tyler Perry would be happy with me if I gave it away. So you're gonna have to tune in and watch.
Right. So for the people who aren't hip to it yet, can you tell us when it airs and when they can watch it?
Absolutely. So the people that aren't hip to it, what we're talking about is Tyler Perry's new television drama, a big hit on the Oprah Winfrey Network. It's called The Have and the Have-Nots. We're in season 2 right now. I think we're coming up next Tuesday at 9 o'clock. 9/8 Central. We'll be coming up on episode number 8. So we got 3 episodes left for the second season, and you can catch it at 9/8 Central, only on Oprah Winfrey Network. A lot of fun.
All right. And where can they find you too? Just real quick, so while people are listening, they can hop on Google, or Twitter, or Instagram, or something. Where can they find you on all those places?
Yeah. So I try to keep it simple. My Instagram and Twitters are both the same. At Ty Lepley, just like my name, TYLEPLEY. And you can like my official Facebook page. It's just Tyler Lepley with a space in it. So nice and easy. No backslashes or numbers or anything like that.
Right, no exclamation points and periods and commas and all that.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, it's funny. I got a chuckle when you said that because, I think about some of my friends. It's just, so hard to find them, I got a friend named, a very easy vanilla name. His name is John Smith, but of course he has 5 numbers, a couple dashes in between it, so you can never actually find him,
Right. That is hilarious. Well, we appreciate you for keeping it simple. So you ladies and you guys listening, make sure you go and find him and follow him and stalk his Instagram. He does lots of videos. We love that. So Tyler, real quick, can you just kind of share with us, we're going to be talking about relationships are really something that's dear to me. I wrote a book called Confessions of an Independent Woman, Truth, Lies, and Relationships. And so this is really kind of a spin-off of that. Can you just tell us, because the women want to know, they have some questions, just about relationships and what, right now, do you feel like just when you see in other people, not necessarily with you right now, but when you see in other people in relationships, do you feel like there's a breakdown or disconnect, or from where you're sitting, do things just seem like they're going all right?
In terms of the relationships that I'm seeing?
No, in terms of the relationships that you see happening between men and women, and women feeling like there's no good men, and they're, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think, what? A lot of times it can be perceived as a breakdown. I think a lot of times people get confused, whether it's males or females. In this case, we're talking about females. I mean, I can't speak for all males. I can only speak for myself. But for me, I think the first thing that I look for is someone that loves themselves. I see a lot of women that don't necessarily develop themselves or love themselves. They're just so quick to jump on loving someone else and try and get someone else to love them that sometimes they don't end up getting what they want. So I think if we could correct it at step 1, it's really developing oneself. Find a passion, be very inspired and passionate about it. Try to develop yourself. I love the whole idea of an independent woman really going out and getting what she wants in the world. And, once that is obtained, then you try to link up with someone else to get you to love you. But I think first you have to love yourself. I definitely get down on that, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. We were talking about, people are like, what's fabulous? And at first it kind of sounds like, it's a kind of a vanity thing, but really it just means extraordinary. And for women, getting to that point, like you're saying, loving yourself and pursuing your passions and kind of having a self-identity as opposed to trying to create a relationship that is your identity, I think is really important. And I think it's not to say, that we don't need men, because that's definitely not the case. But I think it's just a matter of, finding, like you said, something that you love and what you're passionate about instead of doing it the other way around.
Absolutely, because you know what, coming from a male's point of view, I know a lot of times males, whether they're unable to or whether they just choose not to articulate this idea, I mean, we definitely look for that, which is what we just talked about. You know, if you're looking for a queen, I kind of want to look at someone who, you know, I understand that, you know, if I'm going to use this analogy of kings and queens, you know, back in the day, I understand that kings ruled, but, you know, queens have powers, and they almost have their own empire, if you will. You know what I mean? So it's definitely something that we look at, definitely something that we value, even if sometimes we're unable to articulate that. It's definitely something we're looking at.
Yes, that is, I love it. I love it. Ladies, I hope you are taking notes and taking heed. That's some really good advice there. Some really good advice. And for those of you who just jumped on, this is Aprille Frank Hunt with Women Recharged, talking to the have and the have-nots, one of the stars, Tyler Lepley, just about A Fabulous New You and the fact that he'll be in Oklahoma City on March 15th at the Waterford with us, and also at the BS. Right. I'm telling you, oh, my gosh, you don't even know. Because people are like, Oklahoma City, like, what's going on in Oklahoma City? I'm like, y'all don't even know.
First of all, I have a question real quick. So it's going to be my first time in Oklahoma City. I trust you guys to be my tour guides. I just have one question. Is it snowing over there?
Is it snowing?
Yes.
Not today, but it was 23 when we left. You know, I'm in Vegas right now, so it was 23 when we left yesterday. Yeah.
I'm on the West Coast right now. Okay, so I can't ask you.
Right. So you know, but I'll keep you posted for sure, because it'll shock you. Because I know you're from Jamaica, right?
Well, yeah. Well, my father's from Jamaica. I was born in America, but yes, I am half Jamaican. I spent some time over there. Any chance I get.
Okay, cool. Very good, very good. So can you share with us, so just about relationships, we were just saying how women need to love themselves first, which is like the biggest part of it. One of my good friends, Anita Wells, is the author of I Am a Woman First, and so she talks a lot about that. Can you just share just some of the nitty-gritty stuff? So, you know, with that being the first thing, you know, one of the things women always want to know is, you know, what is the key to a man's heart? What are you, do you care about how women look? Is it really about the personality? Like, you know, or is it about the presentation? Because a lot of ugly things come in pretty packages, you know. So how important is that piece of it?
Well, you know what? There's a bunch of different layers to this question, and obviously that goes into the answer. You know, the first thing in terms of like nitty gritty that I might go for, of course, I really appreciate a well groomed or well taken care of woman, absolutely. But that's probably secondary in terms of like what will catch me first. You know, the type of person I am, I'm a big dreamer, which was a big reason I couldn't stay in Philadelphia because, you know, it's a city of brotherly love, but it's almost like everyone's very gloomy over there. No one really likes to dream big, you know? It's almost like you graduate from school, you're ready to go into the 9 to 5, and that's just not me. I need to be able to think outside the box. I like intellectual conversations. I'm a thinker, you know what I mean? So I like a woman to be the same way. So the first thing that is going to stimulate me is a woman's mentality or her intellectual conversation. You know what I mean? I can't tell you, especially living in Los Angeles now, I can't tell you how many gorgeous, beautiful, well put together women, well groomed women, which is definitely something I like and I look for, but it's secondary to what is like my primary stimulation. If you will. I can't tell you how many times a woman like that will come up to me and I'll start a conversation and it's just very bland. It goes nowhere because she's not really ambitious. She's not really chasing anything. She's just waiting to be swept up by a king. But that's not necessarily a queen. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh,
The first thing I'm looking for is someone that has that intellectual presence, someone that I can talk with about things outside the box, someone I can dream with, if you will. You know, to touch on the second part of what you first spoke about, which is really secondary. And now that we got the primary taken out of, which is what you're thinking, we can go into like not necessarily a well put together woman, but someone that's just healthy. Of course, being well put together goes into it, but I want someone to be healthy. I want someone to have longevity. I want someone to eat healthy and, you know, be able to I'm a gym rat, so maybe I can go out and work out with you. And at the end of the day, it's not that I want like a workout buddy. It goes into you taking care of yourself as well, right? Which is something that we first touched on. A woman that's about herself, taking care of herself for herself, not just to look good for me, but to look good for yourself. It just so happens I like to do that as well. So in this case, opposites don't attract. I like someone that likes to do those things as well.
I think that's important. I think that's important too, Tyler. Just for the ladies that are listening, I think it's important. Not only do you to even sit and ask yourself, what is it that I actually want, as opposed to, you touched on just waiting, thinking that, you throwing on some stilettos and some lip gloss and some tight jeans and your boobs popping out, that's going to be the solution, to your singleness, and it's not even about that necessarily. You know what I'm saying? And it's good for something. I mean, it has a place, it has a place. Everybody's, Yeah,
and that was a great point to touch on, because it's like, you know what? That is almost like, I think women make a big mistake sometimes when they do that, just that mentality you touched on, putting on the lip gloss, put the push-up bra on so my cleavage is hanging out, and sag my pants extra low and throw on my stilettos and, and do my hair up. Like, that stuff looks nice, especially, when the lights are dim, you're out in the clubs and stuff like that. But as you mentioned, a lot of women think that's like the fix, but it's really just a quick fix. And I think the biggest reason why women make a mistake is because they think that's how they can go obtain a man. And it's like, you know what? They go out there, they do that, maybe they give it up easy. And a lot of times, like, that's going to be the quickest way someone, like, obtains you and gets over you. Like, that's not the way to get a man, like, in terms of longevity. I really wish women would stop making the mistake of giving their prized possessions up so easy, giving their goods up so easy. I had listened to, I really like listening to Steve Harvey, and he had said something one time that I really took with me, because I think about it all the time. I didn't necessarily put a number on it like he did. He has like a 90-day rule.
Yeah, the 90-day rule. Yeah, before you give up that cookie.
Absolutely. I really totally agree with it. Now, and sometimes certain men, might not like it. They might not talk to you after that. But that's, those types of cats that do that aren't the ones you want anyway. They're not the ones that are going to be with you for the long haul anyway. So don't worry about the ones that get mad if you haven't given it up in 30 days. If you're talking about, like, what a woman should be doing, I really value that 90-day rule. You know what I mean? Making someone your friend first before you go there. I had heard Beyonce talk one time, and she had said, like, her and Jay-Z, like, spoke on the phone, were just friends for like a year and a half before they even went on a date. And then you look at you look at how they turned out. I know it's not over yet, but you're talking about like 10, 12 years in the running, and they don't look like they're going to be over anytime soon.
Yeah,
you have to look at those types of things,
Absolutely. I love that.
Yeah.
Because tell me, Tyler, and tell the ladies, I mean, isn't it about the chase? I mean, don't y'all like it? When we...
oh, my God. Go ahead. I don't want to cut you off. Yeah, continue.
No, I'm just saying. I was just chuckling myself. I mean, don't y'all like it? I mean, and to me, it's like, it's just a cat and mouse thing. It's like, like even Steve, I think I recall in his book, he said, men are hunters. Like, that's just a part of it. If you're just going to throw it in front of my face, it's like, okay, that was good, but it's over,
You know what, you're so right. And sometimes I think about it, I don't know. Sometimes I think maybe I lived in another time at one point. I really like to think about myself, even the way I approached life in 2014. I'm very much like what's the term? Like an alpha male. I really like to watch National Geographic, because I almost look at myself as that pride leader. You know what I mean? I go out and I defend for my pack, and I set the right example and stuff like that. I'm a hunter, if you will. So when I think about the mentality that I have, like, that's so true. I like to go out and hunt things, and I really do enjoy the chase. Not to just kill, but like the chase itself, taking it step by step. I like for you to throw something at me that I can react to, and like throw something back at you. And at this point, we're almost playing like ping pong, especially when you start to get into like the mentality of it, the intellectual conversation. So like those are the women that I really have the most like admiration for, women that like respect that whole chase. So if you really do respect that chase, as I do, you almost by default, you can't give it up that quick.
Yes, absolutely. And tell them, please, okay, oh, my God, y'all. I hope y'all are writing this down, seriously, like, because, and tell them, the men are going to try. Like, that's just a part of it. I mean, come on, I mean, and just for the ladies, I mean, they're going to try. They're going to say whatever needs to be said, because to me, it's like an eliminator. It's like, okay, she ain't it.
Yeah, it's almost like a screening process. You know what I mean? Well, let me throw this in the water and see if they bite on it. It's almost like you're fishing. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God.
And it's like, you know what? The ones that bite first are the ones that you throw right back in. They're the minnows. They're the guppies. They're like the sunfish. Like, I'm going after like a largemouth bass or a shark, if you will. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't want something to bite that quick. I want something that's going to take a little while. then it's like, then you start to really develop, like, the admiration for the whole. So you're absolutely right with what you're touching on.
See, I already know that, and women find that attractive, and that's why they give it up, too. So for all y'all listening, y'all need to slow down because women love
That's so funny.
You know, all that just turns on a whole nother switch. So, but that's so true. So we're not gonna give it all up today. This is just a piece of some of the thought behind Tyler Lepley and his take on relationships. And ladies, you'll be able to ask definitely more questions and get up close and personal at a Fabulous New You on March the 15th in Oklahoma City. You can get your tickets at www.fabulousnewyouevent.com. Make sure you follow Tyler and check him out and everything and support the show. Tyler, I just want to say thank you personally. I'm super excited. I had posted on Facebook yesterday that we will be talking, and of course, you know, everybody wants me to call them on three-way so they can hear you. So, but we're looking forward to it really, and I just want to say thank you. And before you hang up, just hold on. Yes, absolutely. Thank you all. Talk to you all soon.